Hi again, this is Dennis Piper, and we're going to be doing a quick tutorial on resizing images for your website. Now, you may ask, why do I have to resize images for my website? And the difference is that pictures taken by cameras are usually assuming that you're going to want to print those out. And in order for something to print out clear and look good, it needs to typically be at a high resolution. Resolution is the amount of dots or dots of ink across the page and down a page. So if you're printing something at a high resolution, it's going to be crisper because it prints smaller dots and makes everything look less blotchy, so to speak. That's why all the printers always say this one does so much high resolution, 1400 by 1400, that kind of thing, and it looks basically like a regular picture. On the web or computer, it's a lot different because your computer screen is only, you can set the resolution through your control panel, but most of them is around 1,000 pixels wide and 640 to 700 down. So if I try to view a very big file on that, I'm only going to see a small portion of the corner. And we'll use this one picture here as an example. This picture, it looks small on my computer, but the software is actually making it into a thumbnail so I can see the whole picture. It's actually a lot larger if I was to look at it. If I hold my cursor over it, it tells us the information about the file. The dimensions of 1440 by 1440 dimensional, DPI. I'm sorry, not DPI, pixels across. So this is how many dots across the image. The big amount like that makes it look really crisp when you print it out. And this file was designed for print. It's a CD cover. You'll notice that the file size is 688 kilobytes, and that's half a megabyte. That takes a little while to upload. It could take 30-40 seconds on a dial-up internet connection. So we want the file to be a lot smaller but still look crisp and clear. So that's why you would want to resize your pictures to look smaller on the website, because your screen is actually less pixels. Anyway, whether you understand all that or not, the truth remains that you need to resize your pictures when you take them on most digital cameras, and you need to get them down to a smaller file size so that they'll appear and load quickly on your website and work well. If not, they'll load slow and people will get tired of waiting for your website to come up, and they'll click away and go somewhere else. So you want things to load quickly. You may have software on your computer that lets you save your pictures or change your pictures into smaller files or different size files for web use. They may have options like save for web or save for emailing somebody, something like that. Kodak Easy Share, I know, has that. The software comes with your camera, if you have one, may do that. But we're just going to assume that you don't have that and show you the resources we have for you in your control panel. First thing, go to the KISS control panel, keeping it simple. Click on the resources link, and then there's a link at the top called Resize Pictures for Use on Your Website. Click that. That's going to open a website called shrinkpictures.com, and we're going to just scroll down the page here to where we need to be. And I hear some noise in the background. I think it's coming a torrential downpour. But we'll continue on. We're going to choose the picture we want to work with, and we just select Browse to get it off our computer. I know where that's at, so I'm going to select it. And you see the dimensions are 1440 by 1440, 688 kilobytes. Select that. I'm going to open that. It gives us some options here to predetermine what width it's going to be after they resize it for us. You can do it in size, percentage, or custom. And I know I'm going to be using this on something else in the future, and I know I want it to be about 250. That's what we suggest for most of the pictures on the website for you to save your pictures at on the websites we design for most practical purposes. Sometimes we'll design a little differently, but most of the time this is true. And we don't want to apply any kind of special effects. We do want to select the best quality because it's going to be kind of a small file after it's resized. And we click Resize, and it's going to be uploading this file. It'll take it a minute, even though we have cable internet, and it's fast because it's a pretty large size file, and it would take this long to load that picture on the page. But we're going to make it smaller, and we just did that. The page reloads, and it gives us some information about what size it was and how it resized it. And it also tells us that it's going to leave it on the server for a couple hours and delete it off, or you can click the remove now to remove the picture. I typically don't worry with that since they're going to delete it automatically, and it's not classified information or anything. What we're seeing here, this picture is the actual size of 250. That's what I want. So by viewing it on this web page, it's the actual size it's going to be on my web page. It looks good. Now all I got to do is get it off of their web page back on my computer. So what I do is go over top of the image, and I right click, and it gives me a menu where I can save the picture. If I was to right click over here in the white area, I get a total different menu. Right clicking on your computer, if you don't already know, typically gives you options you can do with whatever you're right clicking on. Okay, if we want working with this picture, we want to right click on top of the picture. It has copy. We don't want to copy because copy just puts a copy of this picture on a clipboard that we can paste it into another program, and we don't want to do that. We want to make a file that we can upload to the website. So it's already made this file and it's showing it to us, so we're just going to choose Save Picture As, and it's going to save it as a JPEG, as we can see down here. We just need to give it a name. So I'm going to call it the CGMA CD cover small, and I already got it set to where I want to put it on my computer up here. You can choose wherever you want to put it on your computer, but that's where mine is. And I'm going to click Save, and it's because it's such a small file, it's going to very quickly put that on there. It's already done it, and so I've got it back on my computer. I'm done with this website, so I close it out, and I'll go back to my directory here where we got the file from, and we see we still have the big file here. As I mouse over it, you can see that it's 1440. And we'll see a new one over here. The one I just saved is now on my computer at 250 by 250. And you'll notice when I click on it, it still looks very clear and nice, so it's going to work good. And even though it's a much smaller picture and a much smaller size. Now it's ready to upload to our website. It's a good size. It's going to load real fast. And that is the quick tutorial on how to resize images and get them ready to upload to your website. We'll have more tutorials on uploading the photos to the website in short period of time. So thanks.